I'm going to go flying blind here. I don't have any scripts, so I have ideas, but no script.
And can I just, from you, Alex, just understand, is this a major reason why you don't believe in God? I.e., the problem of evil is for you a major objection to God?
Yeah, call it not an active cause of my atheism, but a sustaining cause. It wasn't the reason why I left the faith originally, but it's one of the reasons that prevents me from re-entertaining the idea. I mean, as we've discussed, there are plenty of seemingly plausible arguments to say that there's a necessary being at the bottom of contingent chains in the universe, that there's a being who sustains things, there's an arbitrary first cause or something like this. But to say that this first cause is a loving God who will preside over the kind of suffering that we see not just in the human context of something like the coronavirus, but also the hundreds of billions and trillions, if you include sea life, of animals who are going through suffering that we wouldn't even be capable of imagining.
I speak for the krill. I speak for the krill. Can I eat ice cream all the time? That's not fair. Your idea of fair, but I speak for the krill. Chris. Cow.
Chris, dude. Chris, cow.
Is this a major reason why you don't believe in?
I speak for the krill.
Oh, this one's probably scary.
Would your father have been this?
It's really funny. It's a common thing, actually. You go to a lot of practitioners, and they'll say, "This isn't a religion, but there's going to be beliefs, symbols, and practices all the way through this." I don't think you're going to avoid the religion quite so easily. So atheism, we're just saying that doesn't work. Will work for what? Will work for what? Well, again, all the way back to the beginning.
God will preside over the kind of suffering that we see not just in the human context of something like the coronavirus, but also the hundreds of billions and trillions, if you include sea life, animals who are going through suffering that we wouldn't even be capable of imagining.
I speak for the krill. I speak for the krill. Can I eat ice cream all the time? That's not fair. Your idea of fair, but I speak for the krill.
They'd like to hear from me before I go.
Can I just say I'm really sorry. I called your channel impenetrable. He loves that. That'll probably be the theme. That'll probably be the theme of his next live stream. He loves it.
When you figure it out for yourself, it's yours. If I tell you, it's mine.
Hi, this is Paul, and I'm...
Stay right here with Grim Grizz on Virtually Not Alone.
Oh, hi. This is a live stream. I'm Grim Grizz. This is LARPgate Year 5, the winter solstice. Ooh, exciting.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Daddy.
We're just getting the show rolling. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. Man, Serenity. Serenity. Is the thumbnail name of the stream. The title name of the stream is Transcendant Self-Deception. Don't forget to get up in Afriel's Beaver Moon. Ask him for more information. It's a camping thing on November 16th while it's still warm. Oh, look. You can do scrolly things like that. Any channel members? Can you try and behold? Oh, you guys need savings throws. Hold on.
It's a whisper in your ear, now listen here. Remember, embody, it's all so clear. No hidden strings, no puppeteer. We're by your side, have no fear. I cherish truth. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Live in the Hive Mind, we have an update from Slicarius, who says that Bremerton is having a first Firehouse estuary. That's right, the Estuary Protocol people have infiltrated Bremerton, and they're doing something in a firehouse or a bar named Firehouse, I bet. That sounds exciting. But savings throws is what you get, don't you know? And the way you get one. Well, first, what's a savings throw? Why do you need it? Well, first, you're swimming in mind control. And that's just if you count the commercials you might have had to watch to start seeing this. That's mind control trying to persuade you to buy a product. Well, I'm persuading you to grift and also think along my lines. And I get to the edge of my thinking and I hope something fancy shows up in the comments. It's pretty fun. And that kind of mind control you get a savings throw against here on the stream, here on this show. I don't know if anybody else will give you one, and they're just constantly subjecting you to their full force mind control. But here, you can have a savings throw and take half damage. If the die you choose, rolls a 10 or higher, and you can get bonuses from chatting in the Hive Mind or leaving replay comments. It's all fancy, but all you need to know is you need to make a choice on which you will base your resistance to the mind control. And that will be either represented by your will to survive, survival, your social network, social, your love of wisdom, or the power of your heart. That's the basis for your resistance. I roll it if it's over 10. Half damage, under 10, full damage. We want best for you. Survival, social, wisdom, heart. Choose. Survivalist with the Trinity today. That's a 3. I hope you get a replay bonus. That's a +5. Socialist, number 9 for you. Number 9. That's it. See, it's 69 with that die. But Lovers of Wisdom, you made it. That's a 10. Heart, folks. The power of 8 is a thing once. And man, it's dark in here. Chakra 7s for the Indigo Kids. Welcome, everybody. This is going to be a stream. It's live right now. You could say things in the hive mind. I could put it up on the screen, or you could just influence the whole. You could be a heckler. You could heckle and derail the entire show process. That's what it means when it's live. Welcome. We hope you're feeling virtually not alone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember it. There is no agency. We want Remember.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
Remember. There is no agency. We want what's best.
It's like, well, no big deal, whatever. It's like there's no passion there. There's no, I just don't. I don't see the characters as interesting as the first one.
Okay, this is a more obscure science fiction show, but it's genuinely I think my favorite show of all time.
Yes,
Babylon 5. Have you seen it?
I have not watched a lot of Babylon 5. I have not watched a lot of it. I did watch quite a bit of Battlestar Galactica when it first came out. Okay. And I did watch the second incarnation,
the reboot
about that show. Yeah. And that's interesting because those characters are interesting.
There's a lot of fragging going on.
Yeah, who's a Cylon? Who's not a Cylon? It's kind of
sorry, frack not. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, who's a Cylon? Who's not a Cylon? It's like, ooh, yeah, I like science fiction. I like Dune. I like David Lynch's version of Dune much better than Villanueva's. I think his characters are flattened.
Based on media preference, it sounds like me and T-Grog would get along way better than him and Neil. Go find it for yourself on the not particularly well-titled episode 18, no subtitle, of the Friday Morning Fragments over on the Friday Morning Nameless channel. And now, by popular demand in my head.
All right, all you cool kids, here we go with Bishop Barron's fancy hit, Summum Bonum.
That logo is called the meaning of music.
Can I just jump in? The mind and the intelligible form light up each other, light up each other. Each one illumines the other. So the objectively valuable addresses me. It rearranges me. It rearranges me. It's turned me upside down. What was the first song that rocked your world, changed you, that rearranged your consciousness, like a Rolling Stone? Rock my world, rock my world, rock my world. Summum bonum, the summum bonum. Yeah, there's a summum bonum. Rock my world. Summum bonum. It really gets interesting. The summum bonum is this rock my world. It rearranges me. It's summum bonum breaking into my reluctant and recalcitrant consciousness. Summum bonum, bring it to the religious level. It's not you who've chosen me, it's I who've chosen you. And it's not you who've chosen me, it's I who've chosen you. And it's summum bonum, not you who've chosen me. Summum bonum, revelation. Summum revelation. Stunning objectivity, the good confronts us, changes us, and it doesn't let us go. And stunning objectivity, the good confronts us, changes us, and it doesn't let us go. And light up each other. Light up each other. Doesn't let us go. And light up each other. Summum bonum. Light up each other. Revelation. It's turned me upside down. What was the first song that rocked your world? Rocked your world. Summum bonum. The summum bonum. Yeah, there's a summum bonum. Rock my world. Summum bonum. It really gets interesting. Revelation is the ultimate expression of that. Revelation is the ultimate expression of that. Revelation is the ultimate expression of that.
So, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that.
Perhaps, when and trying to understand sort of like the branding, all the branding that's going on is, perhaps the branding are the icons. It's the iconography. The branding that we're doing is the iconography that's leading to a creation of a space that we inhabit as higher dimensional beings, and a space that is a holy space, that where we're honoring each other, we're loving each other, and that where love is the primary interest, and that requires projection from lower dimensional spaces that have that as their goal.
LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. You know, it's been a while since anybody had the opportunity for the +4. +4. I was just asking if it was Mills asking for another savings throw I missed the other day. But everybody in the hive mind right now who is saying things like corn and putting emojis in or saying muted, those all get bonuses to the next stream savings throw, you know, with the dice. That's you get a +2 if you say it with words and let me know I'm muted. A +4 if you go to the trouble to find an emoji. Most often used corn, but you can spice it up like Upcycle Club did there. +4 to all of you who make emojis, +2 to those who say corn, and now reward branding. This means that the individual psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, "What the devil has gotten into you?" We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. Okay, if you can see there on the Hive Mind, for those of you just listening, I've highlighted that Clara from the Hive Mind has said, I need lots, capital LOTS, of bonuses. And boy, howdy did that just make that right. Here's the casino deck card of the show to see you on your way. The 9 of Hearts.
Good afternoon. Wanted to come to you today from my office, really trying to get the feel for YouTube by means of participant observation. That's right, I'm right here in my office streaming to you live. Anybody in the world could see me. I have a legit podcast. I knew absolutely alone, even though I have read it before, and I found out that actually
when I click my mouse, things are supposed to happen. And that didn't happen, so now we have to start over. Clara, who you've seen for a long time now, needs lots of bonuses. And then
about social capital. I didn't realize that, over the past 10 years since I last read the book, but it was really interesting hearing Bob Putnam talking about social capital. Anyway, YouTube didn't record it or StreamYard or something. I got mad about that. And so today I started reading Gerardo Marti's book, The Deconstructed Church, realizing I knew absolutely nothing about the emerging church movement.
if you, I know nothing about it, but I don't need to have the realization. I don't need to have the realization. Okay, agency deck card of the show. A 5 of diamonds. And scroll, press button. This one. Oh, hey, there's this part I didn't hear from a conversation that Paul featured on his channel. And so I'm going to listen to it now. Join me. Also, there's a guy over there on the right. His name is apparently Buck. That I want to look like that when I grow up.
I didn't know that there was a kind of a subculture around Paul Vanderklay that had developed. I'd watched Paul's, I was like Buck, I'd watched some of his very, very first Peterson response videos. Fascinated because he was a Christian pastor doing that. And I was a Christian who used to be a pastor, and it was interesting. So I had this urge back at the beginning of the year to try to get into a conversation about all the things and the players that had been also mentioned, Peugeot, Hervaki, and whatnot. And I just turned on the camera and I didn't know. And there was like 50 comments because I said I'd heard Peugeot and Vervaeke say this little corner of the internet. So I just was like thinking, hey, this is like very kind of top level. And so when I titled my thumb, it was based off of that. And then there was like 50 comments overnight, and I was like, what is... And then Chad's like, hey, I'll talk to you. So I went on and talked to him. I was like, hey.
I look at that. The agency deck card and the agency origin story there of Agent Baxter. Okay, and then we have the Canadian deck card for the show, the Ace of Hearts. I spend most of my day being blackpilled by TrueStream Media's latest What's Actually Going On in North Carolina, Part 3. Part 3, which I can surely find if I just press this branding clip while I do it.
Imagine a world where boundaries blur between reality and fiction, with Mikhail Gorbachev leading the charge. Gorbachev didn't just challenge political norms, he dared to break the fourth wall in storytelling. "Tear down that fourth wall," he exclaimed, inviting us into a new era of engagement. His metaphorical call wasn't for Berlin alone. It was a clarion call to storytellers and audiences alike. Engage directly, break barriers, and foster a dialogue. Gorbachev's words echo in the halls of creativity. As storytellers, it's our turn to tear down that fourth wall, inspired by Gorbachev's daring challenge. Join us in this creative revolution. Tear down the walls that confine your stories. Share, like, and subscribe for more inspiration.
So how to approach your sheep? Carefully. It's not going to hurt you. We got a sheep who's gone over on her back. Now, if you see a sheep like this, help the sheep. So that's the problem with sheep. Now, she's not able to get up. She's got herself into a situation where... Now, it's going to get back up and be a bit wobbly. Now it's back over. And there we have it. So this sheep has been saved, its life has been saved. So it's important to check sheep regularly. So you're good, Chris? shaped my life and my hero.
I think we have to figure out how to allow it, but then also how to limit the time in which it could happen.
All right, because this is the silliness that that reigns at times. You know, trying to figure out this where the accent goes in gravamen, but we're open and affirming of ducks, and they're welcome at the Lord's table because ducks eat bread. They do. They like it. Gravamina, gravamina, gravamina. So, and he was very clear, and that has become sort of a meme in the corner. So that's the.
They like him.
Is that where they like it came from? Anyway, today we'll be going over a video from TrueStream Media, and I stopped by this little dash corner, which we're going to lose in January to find it, because once upon a time I made a tweet, and they made the video and included that tweet in the video with the backdrop of Athena. It's all part of the legend. And I couldn't find it on their channel today, so I tried to use this magic. Let's see how that played out. Let's see up here. Click it, yeah, but do it here, and then share that to break up, and then stop that playing.
Me being lazy, you being whiny, life is hard, but all right. Oh well, is this heaven or hell?
What the hell? Oh. Emerging metacognition and the information war. Holy smokes, I bet you that's a great stream. 22 minutes into it, though, I say this. And then pick up these fellas and to shout out that I've irritated those guys. Like they featured a tweet in my video and said, "We're not Jesuit assassins," and I hadn't said anything about assassins in the tweet at all. And if that's not the threat, well,
turn on. A guy who could never get a break is about to get even.
And those used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I taught you how to clip, right? So now you can do a clip mail for me. You can like make a clip and then tweet it and then add Pastor Paul, say clip mail.
Hey, Pastor Paul.
Are you saying we should LARP as adults
with like civic, human, responsible duties? Why to do it again? That's really what we're trying to do. And give and act like fully mature men for the benefit of everyone. For the benefit of everyone, he said. Is that part? LARP like grown men for the benefit of everyone? Is that what you're recommending people do
on the other side of the LARP gate, Pastor Paul?
My question to you. Sir, from this side of the LARP gate, where
basically get what all the homeless those used to get. We're the
Okay, so what we're going to go over is their new 2-hour release, what's happening in North Carolina, Part 3, right now. And the thing of it is they're documentarians, and nobody has the attention span for what they put out. Their Minds of Men thing is fabulous. But that's a digression. What we're going to do is, like in the first part here, they say how all the cleanup is toxic with radiation because the water washed through where the plants were producing things.
This barrel reportedly found in an Asheville river did not contain radioactive waste, although at one time it technically actually did, just not supposedly at the time that it went into this river. So what this debunking story claims is that, yes, this actually is a barrel that originated in the Y-12 National Security Complex in the Oak Ridge, Tennessee facilities that process uranium. And yes, some of these barrels did end up in Irwin at Nuclear Fuel Services. And yes,
that's not possible. No one has ever.
And let's see what they had at the 33rd minute, shall we?
Create.
Why? Because there's lithium underneath of the mountain they live on. But I digress.
Check out the Facebook post from this woman who says Asheville sits on top of billions of dollars of lithium. So she believes the disaster there was man-made through what she calls geoengineering. And first of all, that's not possible. No one has ever created a hurricane before. And secondly, this rumor about the
Oh, really? It goes into that a little bit about how the weather modification has been admitted to already, and that's what HARP is for. But further along in
Branch quoted here, he's the head of a biological research station. And he's quoted in here saying, the more you look at this project, the crazier it seems. If it were up to me, we wouldn't issue these guys a fishing permit, much less a mining permit. And then down here, they've quoted the Northwest Program Director at Earthworks, Bonnie Geestring. She says, I do think it's really important to talk about how difficult it is to predict water quality impacts, even today, with modern mining. They commissioned a study.
Yes, the robot evolution. You know how you're a worker bee right now and you have to go to work and do physical labor, and how also Elon has introduced the Optimus, which is a robot that walks around and does physical labor. Well, you see, I think all of those guys are going to need lithium-ion batteries. And as it turns out, the only people great at mining lithium are Chinese people. And everything we do to make the rest of that part, we do through China anyway. Which brings us to the reference that maybe only Slack will get with Serenity. Serenity, You see, once upon a time, there was this show called Firefly, and I watched a lot of TV, and I saw the world as a place that was corrupted and evil, but I knew that people existed in it, and that those people might have some goodness in them. And whether or not that goodness came out of their subconscious, or if they embedded what they had found out about reality in the stories of their fiction that they were projecting onto masses, or if that projection it on the masses made the imaginarium of it cohese this timeline toward that. Whatever. There was a guy who made a show called Firefly, which had the beautiful privilege of being one of the mythological, martyrs of good television after the first season, which came out as a movie one time called Serenity, And in that movie fictional universe, it was the future. And in that future, Earth has been taken over by the Chinese. So whenever everybody was speaking the English and they decided to say a curse word, it was in Chinese to let you know that China won. They already won. It's over. And if you watch further into this wonderful presentation by Truthstream Medias, you'll find how in Michigan, they're making the Chinese companies are trying to be the ones that are doing the lithium battery production. And then we have fun parts about lithium batteries.
With Chinese workers, by the way, coming in to a Michigan community to build components of a battery, where 85% of every electric vehicle, the components of it have to be processed in China.
Why doesn't anybody anywhere explain how it makes any sense at all to frame this entire thing in terms of we can't be reliant on China. That's why we have to mine everywhere all over our entire country so that we cannot be reliant on them. But we're going to go ahead and court them like it's an old-timey wedding and give them millions and millions of dollars to come build gigantic factories here that are going to be largely reliant on Chinese components for everything that's in that factory. And some of them are even bringing in outside workers. Make it make sense.
This is just so bad for America on
so many levels. Have you ever heard of BRICS yet? If you haven't heard of BRICS yet, you are still too firmly in the grasp of the blue church. Even a lot of people who have heard of BRICS are still in the blue church. But good Lord, if you haven't heard of BRICS, then you don't. You should have some awareness of the context of the times you're in, I think, is all. And the blue church card of the show is the 10 of diamonds. So, and now the part about the batteries. After, you know what? Let's shoot magic missiles at the lithium batteries and see how that goes. Shall we?
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
I've lost connection. I need to restart my browser if this continues to be a problem. Well, I'll just represent and see how that goes. I was looking up my clips for I found the right clip part for this. Oh, what? Now, what? Am I muted now? Or is this just magic missile? Let me know if I'm muted. I made a clip to help us find the spot. Not this one. No, this isn't the right clip. Don't play. Oh, you're deaf now again. Restart the browser if this continues to be a problem. Let's see. This is an experiment, ladies and gentlemen. If you
called Elon, I said, "Was that you?" He said, "That was me."
Wait, stop it.
And I said,
"Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!" Okay, this is an experiment. I'm going to refresh my silly browser again. Let me know if you get to hear the branding while I do.
World will devastate you. And rejoice, although this world will penetrate you. And rejoice, although you will not survive. Rejoice, you'll never make it out alive.
Excellent rehearsal, gentlemen.
And rejoice, your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice, and holy fuck, you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice, you burned your whole beard off. Rejoice, despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
"Hey, I love that one. That's gorgeous. Thank you, brother." Wait, who's that brother?
Andrew Jack.
In other news, I found the clip, but it doesn't seem to me that it would be the right clip because it's supposed to be about lithium batteries, but it says, "Remember Palestine."
them like it's an old-timey wedding and give them millions and millions of dollars to come build gigantic factories here that are going to be largely reliant on Chinese components for everything that's in that factory. And some of them are even bringing in outside workers. Make it make sense.
This is just so bad for America on so many levels.
Make it make sense.
When News
anything inside, they're not really sure what they're putting water on. At 12:19, they break out a second window. 1 minute later, it launches that removable roof up into the air.
In the video, a white color new energy vehicle that was charging suddenly exploded.
A neighbor's cell phone caught the moments a battery exploded in someone else's garage.
The Vincent Thomas Bridge could be closed for at least another 24 to 48 hours. This after a semi-truck carrying a load of lithium-ion batteries overturned and caught on fire.
Watch as the drone, which should prevent an explosion by relieving the pressure, but watch this. Gas buildup pushes the internal components of the battery upward, blocking the valve until it fails and you get an explosion. You get a chain reaction that spreads to even more surrounding cells, and pretty soon you've got a massive battery fire.
Around 50 electric vehicles caught on fire in Normal, Illinois at a Rivian plant. And initial reports were stating the actual Rivian plant itself was on fire. But after further investigation, it was found that it wasn't actually the plant itself that was on.
This is a good one because it resembles what it'd be like on a traffic-filled highway.
People are remarkably calm, and obviously I'm not saying we all have to lose our minds, but it is interesting. People are very disconnected. People are like, wild times. Like, that's the most you're getting out of normies about any of this. They're like, wild times. Wild times out there. And you're like, well, maybe it requires more analysis than that. Well, there's some wild times happening. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the only thing you should say about it. They're all just showing up. You know, hopefully none of this is a plot, none of it's coordinated, none of these people are... Yeah, I'm hoping that that's the case. That would be lovely. They used to put so much work into lying to it. Now there's no work being put into the lies. That should offend you the most. It's really amazing that they don't put any work into the lying. They don't put any work into the fucking lying anymore. Man, they used to really come up with fucking good lies. It would take years and journalists to unravel these lies. Move on.
Hi. This is the, what do you call it there? You called it the Transcendence of Deception and the Serenity, you know. You've delivered on the Serenity, you know. I know. And now with the Transcendence of Deception. Oh, just deceive yourself into thinking you're better than you are because your opinions about yourself are full of shit anyway. And you're probably better than you think, you image bearer of God. So I like True Streams Media. I recommend it. I'm going to drop the link in the description. You guys should definitely watch the full thing because I don't think that title is going to get to everything. And it's really, you know, it puts you in your some perspective on you know, just what the meaning little fella you are in the times you live in. Maybe it makes you feel like you should pay attention to who your representatives at your local level are, that you actually have any say over, instead of just voting once every 4 years.
What makes you assume that I'm not about to teach you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to teach you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to teach you all to the crocodile?
That's very exciting. Hello. I see the assassins have failed.
Did you get it on video? That I'm not about to teach you
Slack, I let you down. The reference only you were likely to get is the Ghost Rock ones. I have Breathe and Ghost Rock as what's on the card today. Breathe isn't from that, but that's what you'll do if you're in the toxic fumes of a lithium battery explosion. So that's funny. What as you may or may not know, I've been losing videos that were previously on the channel from the channel as the algorithm creeps, but it's like the nothing coming for my content. And so I'm leaning a little further into X so I'll have the new digital currency and the social credit score when Elon's in power. And let's see, what do you have here? Oh yes, the Breathe part of the stream. You did a retweet of this wonderful lady over here. What do I know? She's looks like a lady who says a woman's vocal cords and pelvic floor look similar as they are connected. Pain activates the fight or flight response, quickens the breath, and tenses muscles. Deep, slow breathing during childbirth opens the throat and calms, relaxing the pelvic floor. Breathe of life in. new life out. And I say, and I put on my witty thing there. I said 6,000 years, and they haven't figured out how to breathe. And that's how breathe wound it up on this card. You see, it's putting a show together. That's all there is to it, right? Anything else you want to from the X you want to bring over? No, not that. Oh, no. Oh, here's that clip you were looking for. You made it and put it on X, you jackass.
I mean, you could see why they were using it to make bombs during the Cold War. I mean, you could see why they were using it to make bombs during the Cold War.
So that's kind of just one battery exploding, I think.
Remember embody. There is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Oh no, we're out of coffee, and there's only one other banger we want to share. So now that Elon and Trump are friends, Trump can give Elon the Tesla papers that his uncle got, and we can has free energy. Or Elon is secret villain. In other news, it looks like Lex Luthor, otherwise known as the Amazon fella, might be doing a good guy arc. It's all very exciting. I'll see you next time as I try to make everybody feel virtually not alone and ask for money. Yeah, it's like that, Corey, because they absolutely can and probably will take this guy away from me at any moment. And that's one of the serenity things, right? One of the things you cannot change, or unless you conform to it. And who wants to do that?